I'll just give this away right now. This is a chart of crude oil futures, and this is from today's session. I always like to show the most current trades because this is a strategy I've been using for about 8 years now, and it works exactly the same today as it has for all these years. And I created it, like I said, from my experience in the trade room. And one of the reasons why is because look at this chart. I mean, does anybody know what trade to place by looking at a chart like this? I mean, you need something. How does anyone know? It's anyone's guess if the market's going to go up or the market's going to go down. What do you think it's going to do? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? I mean, your guess is as good or as bad as anyone else's. But look what happens when we apply our exhaustion dots. All of a sudden, we kind of have a good idea of what's going on. We can see consolidation right in here. We can see a clear point where the sellers are exhausted and the buyers are in charge, and they still seem to be in charge because we don't see any buyer exhaustion yet, do we? What happens when we add our crocodile pit line? That changes a lot, doesn't it? So there could be a reversion of the mean, but ultimately we want to be long, don't we? These building blocks right here are what we can use to start constructing some very accurate and high percentage trades that really stack the odds in our favor. There's some more to it though, and I'm going to show you the next indicator, and that's this one. This is called the high trend chop indicator, okay? And what this does is it shows us what's happening on a chart 5 times higher. So this is an 8-tick momentum bar. Every bar is 8 ticks. So it's very price action dynamic, right? A chart that's 5 times higher would be a 40-tick momentum bar. And this shows us the fast trend on the slow chart. And so we can use that to help corroborate our trade decisions. Okay, so how do we put all these rules together? Well, I've created this very unique indicator that we call the calculator. What the calculator does is it takes the rules of this strategy and it applies a very unique formula that projects targets, entries, stops, entire trades, completely planned. And we're going to look at that right now. Now, just to let you know, the crude oil session, I've been trading it in my trade room for many, many years. It starts at 9 a.m. Eastern. So today, let's look at what happened at 9 a.m. You can see that it's 8:55, so there's a trade coming up. Let's go ahead, or at least our session's about to start. We don't know if there's a trade coming up. So I just flipped on the calculator, and there actually was a trade a few minutes earlier, okay? How do we know? Well, we can see it. It's right here. But we're not interested because it's before our start time. Remember, trade plan, trade plan, trade plan, mechanical rules. So I'll just show you how this works, right? Here's your entry. You click on the bar. You see the whole trade, your entry, your targets, your stop. You even know what your reward is to each target, how much you're risking, okay? It's dynamically adjusting. The way we're going to do this plan is we're going to go to a target 2 as our primary objective. If we hit a target 2 and we have a positive result, we are done. This trade plan is finished for the day. We also could have another position to try to get to a target 3 and or to trail. Once we get to the first target, the trailer, which is down here, is going to get pushed up to lock in 1 tick of profit and take the risk off the trade. So the first objective is to get to a risk-free position. And nothing feels better when you're trading live than to know that you have no risk on the trade and all the potential to make the full target and beyond if you're trailing, right? That's a great feeling. Anyway, let's see what happens when we just get to our 9 o'clock start time, which is right here. You can see it says 9 o'clock right there. So we're waiting for a trade. This trade has to finish first. It finally does. And then not much longer, we get a setup. And that's what trading is like, right? It happens on the right edge of the chart. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. What we do know is that we have a trade plan with rules and the odds are on our side. And now we just have to lean on the system and place the trade. So we put in a bracket order. 83.03 is our entry. We might adjust above this little spike or not. That's that 5% rule. I teach more about that in training, so we'll just leave that aside for now. We're going to target 2 as our primary objective. We want to get to target 1 before we can move our stop to a break-even position, right? Our stop's in place. This happened today. Today's session triggers in on the very next bar, starts pushing higher, didn't waste any time. You can see when it hit that first target, the stop moves up. We instantly move our stop up. We're using bracket orders. So if the stop gets hit, it cancels the other side. If the target gets hit, it cancels the stop, right? So it's really easy. You can practice it till you get really good at it. All right, and look what happens. It comes up and hits the target, and it hits it nearly perfect, and that's good for 27 cents, $270 a contract. Any additional positions are trailing the crocodile line, okay? So goes up, not much more. That's about as far as it got, and then it dove downwards. So again, dancing with the market, right edge of the chart. You don't know what's going to happen next, but the system, it cracked the code. It's pretty amazing how accurate this is. This is what dancing with the market's all about. Let me show you a bunch of examples now because I don't have a ton of time. I've got a great offer for you and how to get your hands on this, and I want to explain that to you. So I got to get through this as quickly as I can, but I want to show you something. I know that some of you are equity traders, some Forex traders, you got some day traders, swing traders. So let's go ahead and go through a bunch of stuff right now. So we were just looking at crude oil, and I want to stick with that for a minute because I want to show you its resiliency. This is yesterday's session. Here it is at 9 o'clock again. Here you see the trade. The trailer made a little more on this one. 3 positions made $710 in 6 minutes. This was yesterday, November 2nd, 9:01. I've already taught you the whole strategy, only this time we're going short. Look at it hit target 2, target 3, trail lower. This is what you call a home run trade. Another $760 trailer. That's a $1,300 session in 15 minutes. One trade, one and done. You hit your goals, you're done. Do you need to keep trading? If you can hit your goals in a few minutes and be done, turn off the computer and go enjoy your day, doesn't that sound nice? That's the backpack trader way. You could take this exact same trade several months later, only with a larger position, still representing just 2% of your account. You see the beauty of this? This is how you succeed at trading. Dancing with the market, following the rules, following those 7 hacks I explained to you. Another great thing that we love to do with crude oil is trade the crude oil inventory report. And there's another plan I've been using for years and years. I do it live every week, and I have tons of these on my YouTube channel. You can go see any of these replays. Just did one the other day, actually yesterday, and this is what yesterday was. I like a 377 tick chart for this. The 8 tick momentum bar also works great, but let me just show you yesterday. So 10:30 is when we start looking for, well, actually 10:32. The report comes out at 10:30. Let's just get to it. Yeah, here we go. So the report comes out at 10:30. Start looking for trades 2 minutes after the report comes out. So here we are, 2 minutes after. We got this set up. We can take it. Look how it comes down. The stop moves down, protects the position, and it comes up and stops out. Okay, no harm done. Made a couple ticks on it. All right, then you have a long setup, but the long setup doesn't trigger in. Part of what makes this strategy work is the additional price action confirmation we need. We need the price to continue moving in the direction of our trade to hit our entry, okay? And that helps mitigate a lot of risk. That doesn't happen. Instead, it cancels. We get a short trade instead. You know what to do. You place the order. The whole trade's in front of you, and look what happens. It comes down, hits the target for 220 bucks. Can it get better than that? It went through the target by 1 tick, guaranteeing you get filled. But look at this session. Look at that. 2 trades, winning session. This one session alone, once a week, wins so often that if you did nothing else but this and only traded once a week, you'd be pretty well off. All right. Let's look at a E-mini, the Dow E-mini. So it starts when the market's open, which is 8:30 Central Time. It's traded out of Chicago. There's nothing new to learn. Here's your entry. It triggers in. The stop is well placed. It holds. This is today's session. It comes down, hits the first target. The stop moves down, starts trailing, hits a second target. Look how accurate that was. That's good for $485 if you traded the 3 positions, all in 6 minutes. You don't need to work anymore. You're done. Not bad, huh? Unleaded gas has happened today. This is a huge mark. I love trading unleaded gas, $4.20 a tick. I just put it here because this was pretty impressive. It had a ton of moves like this today. What I want to do is I want to get into some equities because I know that a lot of you are equities traders. If you're using a strategy like mine, you can certainly use any charts or any broker. You can place your trades with any broker is what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's look at the Qs. So this is a current trade, and I marked this up, right? There's nothing more to learn. This is a daily chart. Every bar is a day's worth of trading. Pretty easy stuff. And you can see the entry. You can see the targets. You could see it all. You could trade options with this information. And so all you're trying to do is buy something that's slightly in the money. So if this says 372, get a 371 call. That's it. Nothing new to learn. And then you could scale out at each target. So it only took a few days to get to target 1. It made $8.63 on the stock, but it made 43% and $564 on the option. And then, of course, you can see this made $1,100, $1,500, 121%, and this trade's still going. So anyone who's trailing, who knows how far that'll go. But this is not just a random trade. It's just the next trade. Let me show you. Let's just go backwards. This trade actually lost. Some trades do lose, but what's beautiful about this is that you're not going to lose the whole cost of your option because we're buying options with plenty of time. So when it stops out, you sell your option back and recover some of your premium. So that really goes to the risk-reward ratio in your bottom line. So every now and then there's a trade that loses. But let's just look at these trades that happen leading up to this. This one here, you can see it's quite a bit larger. It almost got to target 3. Target 2 was good for $12. So just thinking about how much this option made here at $14, 88%, will give you an idea of what these are making, right? Big double percentage winners. Here's another one. Every time you see an entry, remember that's on the right edge of your chart, you can buy these options, and when the stock hits the target, you can start scaling out, okay? So again, the accuracy of these trades. I'm also showing you another indicator. I should talk to you about this because this is a bonus indicator that I'm including with this package. It's called our trend mode indicator, and it's a filter. And it works great with this strategy. Simply, you only go long when the line is blue, and you only go short when the line is red. That's it. So it helps filter out some bad trades, okay? Another loss here, but a bunch of winners. Look at the perfect target here, the perfect target there, the perfect target there, all tuned to market conditions. Another loser, perfect target, etc. You can see that you can make a lot of money with this. Remember, even on the losing trades, you're selling your option back to recover some of the premium. Let me show you another example, the spider. This is such an interesting story, and I'll show you why. Yeah, so these are all the winners coming up into the end of 2019. And there's nothing new to learn, right? You can see February calls here making these double and triple digit percentage gains. And then all of a sudden, COVID outbreak happens. And the strategy predicted the market crash, predicted the perfect target, even gave you another chance to catch another leg down with another perfect target. This all happened. I can't invent this. This is a strategy, just putting the trades mindlessly on the chart, following the formula. And then when that happened, you remember what happened next, one of the largest growths in history, right? And this just called winner after winner after winner. And I don't have time to show you all these because I want to show you more, but you can just see again the double and triple digit percentage gains that you can make in trading this. And this will work in all kinds of markets and other stocks as well. I did pull up a Thinkorswim example. I know a lot of you are using Thinkorswim on Tesla. I just wanted to show it to you. It works the same way. This works on TradeStation, NinjaTrader, Thinkorswim, and MetaTrader 4. Why MetaTrader 4? Because it's great for Forex as well. So you can see here huge gains on Tesla, but you can use this on many different stocks and ETFs and stuff. All right, so I thought that would interest you. Just a real quick look at some Forex, because these are really amazing. These are trades that literally just closed out that I use with my Forex alert service. This one just closed out 1,236 pips. You can just see the same trade, same everything. You don't have to learn anything new. Aussie yen also just closed out. This one was good for almost 1,300 pips. All these trades just closed. There's another one. This just closed too. 1,266 pips, et cetera, et cetera. This trade just happened like an hour ago. It popped down and hit 82 pips. Here's a trade that's still going, that's current. Hit its first target perfectly, trailing down. This is a U.S. Swiss. That was good for 117 pips, and the rest of the position holding for bigger targets. You could just see going back the small perfect target, the larger perfect target, tuning itself, dancing with the market. I could show you more and more and more, but then I won't be able to show you how to get your hands on this. So let me, hopefully you get the idea. Let me get back to the presentation, which is behind here. I'll just shut this down here, and let me tell you how you can get your hands on this.